Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 20 of Lancer Recap. This will be the last episode of the year as exams start to cool off and the summer begins to hit. I'm your host, Jose Ramos-Flores, and I'm here to bring you everything Longwood sports. Let's not waste any more time and hop right into it. Cue the intro. The Longwood softball team finishes their season after playing their final 5 matches of the year. Beginning at home on the 23rd, they played Liberty, which resulted in a loss 9-3. The next day, they took on number 5 seeded Duke, but sadly this time weren't able to get the upset, losing 6-0. Then they looked ahead at their final weekend series of this season against Charleston Southern. A doubleheader on the 27th had the Lancers take Game 1, final score 1-0. Game 2 had Longwood lose a close one to the Bucks, 6-5. And the series finale the next day had the Lancers hit 3 home runs to close the series 8-3. Our Lancer of the game is the graduate from Mechanicsville, Virginia. Lauren Taylor in the 5 games played batted .467, having 7 hits, 2 RBIs, 3 runs, and 2 home runs. This earned her Big South Co-Player of the Week honors. The team finishes with an overall record of 18-31 and 11-7 in the Big South, which puts them second in the standings. That means playoff times for the Lancers as they look to take the Big South Championship. Locked in at second means they'll face whoever finishes at the 4th seed. Currently, it's Gardner-Webb. Another great season for the Lancers as we wish nothing but the best as they prep for playoffs. The baseball team comes off a weekend series against UNC Asheville. At home in the Buddy Bolden Stadium, the Lancers took Game 1 on April 26, 4-1. The next day in a close match, Longwood unfortunately lost 3-2, but in Game 3, the Lancers cranked up the horsepower, winning the series, final score 8-4. Our Lancer of the game is the senior from Roanoke, Virginia. Sean Gibbons played in 6 relief innings for Longwood, striking out 7 batters, only allowing 3 hits, 2 runs, and holding the Bulldogs to a 143 batting average. This performance earned him Big South Relief Pitcher of the Week. The baseball team sits with an overall record of 20-24 and a Big South record of 7-11, currently 6th in the standings. With 2 weeks of games left, they begin on May 5th with a doubleheader against Duke and Durham, North Carolina. Then beginning on May 10th, they'll begin their final home weekend series of the season against USC Upstate, with Game 1 being Faculty and Staff Appreciation Day, Game 2 on May 11th being Senior Day, ending off with the series finale on the 12th. Then 4 days later on the 16th, in their final series of the season, they'll face Radford on their turf, with Game 2 on the 17th and Game 3, the final game of the season, on the 18th. 2 games from the 4th seed, but regardless if the team makes playoffs, they still delivered on some big-time highlights and games. We wish nothing but the best as they try to make a late-season push. The Lacrosse team comes off their final 2 games of the season. Beginning on April 24th, they took a trip to High Point where a close game early on ended with the Panthers' defense suffocating Longwood. Lancers unfortunately lose 21-8. Julia Koenig is able to have 6 draw controls, 2 ground balls, and cause 2 turnovers. Riley McDonald puts in 2 goals, and our Lancer of the game, Ariana Tucci, puts a Lancer-high 3 goals for the team. The team then headed back home at Elizabeth Berger Jacksonville, where they were playing their final game of the season against Gardner-Webb in what ended up being a close match all the way to the final horn. By halftime, the Running Bulldogs led 6-5, but a scoring surge by the Lancers and sticking as a unit helped them overcome the upset and pull out the win. Final score 12-11. The standouts from this match include Miranda Helfenbein, who had 6 ground balls, 2 draw controls, and caused 3 turnovers. Sibilia Smith comes off her Freshman of the Week honors, comes up with 10 saves. Sophia Pasa pours in 3 goals and an assist. And our Lancer of the game, she's been a killer all season. Riley McDonald led the charge in the second half, finishing with 6 goals and an assist, finishing the season with 58 goals. The team not only celebrated the win, but it was extra special as it was Senior Day for the Lancers. The team honored Riley McDonald, Julia Koenig, Emily Kate Smith, Claire Libby, and Laura Siderani. Here at Lancer Recap, we thank you all for the exciting wins and highlights you provided, but also the willingness to leave it all on a Smurf turf. We wish nothing but the best in your futures. The Lacrosse team finishes their season with an overall record of 8-9 and a Big South record of 5-3, currently 4th in the standings. This means the Lancers are in playoffs and they have a first-round matchup with Mercer, the #1 seed that did hand the Lancers their first Big South loss of the season after they started 4-0. This game is set to take place May 3rd at 4 p.m. I know head coach Kyler Ferguson has something up her sleeve, and with arguably the best scorer in the Big South with Riley McDonald, anything could happen. Make sure to support the team, and as always, we wish them the best of luck. Go Lancers! Here at Lancer Recap, we thank all the athletes that have provided the wins and highlights for the 2023 to 2024 season. I also want to wish a special thank you for all of those who have helped in the production of this show. Ryan Stock, Tyler Badgett, Nicholas Hamlet, Isabella McCullough, Madison Mosello, Ryan Griffin, Joshua Doyle, Jacob Halloway, our studio specialist Jace Frank, our graduated editor-in-chief at the Rotunda, Anthony Anderson, and lastly, our executive producer at Rotunda Studios, Alexandra Huerta. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Season 2 of Lancer Recap. I wish nothing but the best for all of you this summer. I've been your host, Jose Ramos Flores. I'm going to enjoy this vacation, and I can't wait to see all your beautiful, lovely faces next school year for Season 3. Bye-bye.